Hello everyone, I'm here today with a new process video. I am working on 6x8 pocket pages, and these are photos from Vienna. This was shortly after we got to the city and we were just out exploring, walking around, looking at different things. So I have these photos here. I need a card for this pocket. And then one of our first stops after we were just wandering was to go to the Belvedere Museum. And this is part of the brochure that they had, and these match very well because these are both paintings by Gustav Klimt, which the Woman in Gold, I don't know if you're familiar with the movie, but the painting that's featured in that movie used to hang in the Belvedere, and then the woman featured is Adele Bloch-Bauer. This is her. So they have that right on the front, and then this painting is called The Kiss, which is probably Klimt's most famous painting, and that is still in the Belvedere. I saw it when I was there. So I thought it was interesting that they had put it above this doorway. So clearly it's a very strong presence in Vienna. So for this one, I'm doing a whole 6x8 page. So I'm going to have to find paper that's going to match with this. And I'm a little worried about that because there's a lot happening here already. There's kind of odd coloring happening. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that. All right, because I figured that picking out this card would be easier, I decided to do that first, and I've decided on this one. This is a card from Allie Edwards, and I love that it's got the gold foil, and it says, "Wander often, wonder always." And I think that works with these photos and with this brochure. And I like that it's gold, but not too much gold, and that the background is gray, so it's very neutral. It works well with these buildings here, little elements that you see. I think it'll be perfect. I don't know that I'm going to have such an easy time finding paper for over here, but we'll see what happens. Well, I think I found paper to go over here, but I'm not sure it's going to work. It's kind of crazy. Look at this paper. It's black and gold, just like this. So I don't know if that's too much gold or if that's the right way to go. When I see these on top of each other, first of all, I feel like I need to trim this down a tad. I just ripped it off the cover. You can see it's kind of frayed on the edges, so I'll probably cut it just a tad on the edge so it's smooth. But then look at that. I think I might need to mat it on white on the sides, or I don't know, maybe find some lighter washi or something to offset this because it's a lot happening on there. But I'll figure it out as I go. I did cut off the edge there, so now it's smooth. It doesn't have that frayed look anymore, which is awesome. And then I can't decide what I want to do, so I've grabbed out just 2 strips of paper, and I'm going to try them both. I'm going to try a white and see what I think of that on either side, and then try the gray. Already the gray looks like maybe it blends in too much. I'm not sure, but the white seems very stark. So I don't know. I'm going to cut maybe like 1-inch strips, put them up next to it, and just see what I think. So here I have both on there. I think it definitely has to be the white. The gray blends in too much. So if anything, I think what I'll do is I'll put in the 2 strips of white on either side to differentiate it, and then maybe I'll find a gray washi, because I don't mind if a little of that blends in. It's only going to be a small piece, and it will still match this and maybe bring out this here and the buildings. So I think I can find a way to do it that'll make it look good. So I've glued everything down here, so that part is ready to go, and I have picked out 4 different gray washies, and when I hold them up here I can already tell for sure like these 2 are too wide. They would take up way too much space even if I overlapped them a little. So even though I love this pattern especially, those have to go. That leaves me with these 2. They about the same size? They are. So let's see. Okay, I don't like the grid look at all. There's too much going on there, and I think it's kind of distracting from this side. So guess what? This is going to be the winner. I put on the washi there, and I think it's just enough to bring in some gray, and there was dead space here, so it works out all right. But then looking at this, her collar piece here, it has like a very dark blue navy color in it. There is some blue here. It's not navy, but it's a blue tone, and I'm wondering if maybe I should pull out some enamel dots and use those over here in some way, or just figure out what colors might work for it, because I feel like it needs something else up there. I have, these are actually a bag of all things that are more rhinestones. These are things that are enamel or epoxy embellishments. So I'm going to start with that and see what I find. So I found these in my stash, and actually this color blue and this would both work. This mid-tone is pretty close to that building. The darker one is closer to this. And so I think maybe I can use both of them and it'll bring in the blue on both sides. If I don't like it, I can always take them off, but I'm at least going to give it a try. I've used 2 of them here and I like it, but I definitely think I need to put one over here. There's a lot of dead space. I can put a phrase label or a sticker or something here and then use one of these. It'll give me an odd number. I'll have 3 things and it'll bring in the color. So now I just have to find what's going to go here. I found something that I think might work. I have these sticky quotes. They're just stickers with different phrases on them from Flutter by Designs. Sorry, there are a few bad words in here. So if you're seeing those, sorry. But I want to use this one that says click, click, click because I was taking photos. It's yellow, but then it starts that ombre look and it's got a little bit greenish or bluish tint there because there's blue right above. So I'm going to use that and then I'll figure out how to overlap one of these blues with it. There we go. Has the sticker on it and the little enamel dot, which I love. And I thought maybe I would be done. But when I'm looking at this, I feel like maybe I should stamp on this just with a subtle background. Like maybe this stamp here. This is kind of my go-to when I don't have mist, that I just use this one because it looks like mist and then I can make it any color I want. So I'm wondering if I should find a blue, stamp off a couple times, then do it so it's very subtle. The only thing that worries me is that's the only one of those I have. So if I screw it up, I don't have another one. I'd have to buy one and I don't even know if she still sells them. Ooh, so I don't know. I'm going to think about it. I've decided to go for it. I'm going to use this color, Dapper Denim. This is from Stampin' Up. I will test it on here first, stamp away a couple times, and then do it on the card just to make sure it's really how I want it to look before I do it. I did it! The stamping looks like it came out okay. I did a tiny little bit just at the top where it was the full ink without stamping away, just to give it a little bit of a difference when you look at it. So you can see this is very, very subtle, then here's a little bit darker. This is very subtle, a little bit darker. So I like the way that looks. I'm happy with it. I was so nervous because I thought if I hate it, I'm stuck. There's nothing I can do, but I like it. So I'm going to put that in here. There's that side. I'm going to put this in, look at them together, and decide, am I really done? I was contemplating something with this one, but I just think there's so much happening. There's a sign, and they've got the picture, you know, and all that. And this is so bright and bold that I don't think I want to mess with it. So let's see here. You know what? I think I might actually do similar stamping just down here in this corner so that these match. Let's try that. All right, I've added the stamping at the bottom. I absolutely love it. You wouldn't think that such a little thing would add so much, but for me, it really brings it all together. So I'm going to put that back in the page protector now and see if I'm really done this time. Let's see. I like all the stamping. Yeah. You know what? I think this one is done. I'm really happy with it. I don't want to mess with it anymore because it's perfect the way it is. So thanks for watching, everyone.